Imagine possessing the skill to change the world, yet being held back by a single detrimental habit. This is the story of Vikram, a brilliant and talented blacksmith whose exceptional abilities were overshadowed by a significant weakness: his inability to wake up on time. However, one pivotal decision would ultimately alter the course of his life forever. In a serene village nestled between lush green fields and towering mountains, Vikram, a diligent and hard-working blacksmith, resided. His forge was renowned far and wide for its exceptional craftsmanship, with the sound of hammering on iron echoing through the village like a symphony of strength and beauty. Vikram's skill was unparalleled, as he masterfully blended power with elegance in every piece he created, whether it was a sturdy horseshoe or an intricate gate. Nevertheless, Vikram had one major flaw: he struggled to wake up early. This was not due to laziness or a lack of motivation, but rather his fondness for the comfort of his bed. Every morning, his alarm would ring, and every morning he would hit the snooze button repeatedly, succumbing to the warmth of his sheets. Those extra minutes would inevitably turn into an hour, and this one habit began to have severe consequences. He lost valuable work hours, missed important village meetings, and disappointed his customers, who relied on him for their needs. The village elders often warned him, and even his own father pleaded with him to change his ways. But Vikram would simply shrug it off, arguing that he could always catch up on his work at night. However, life has a way of moving at its own pace, and it was not waiting for Vikram. One bright morning, the village chief called a meeting to prepare for the grand annual festival, the most significant celebration of the year. Every villager was assigned a role, and Vikram was honored with the most prestigious task of all: crafting a magnificent iron gate for the temple, which would serve as the festival's centerpiece. Proud and excited, Vikram stayed up late designing every detail of the gate, but the next morning, while the village was buzzing with activity, he was still fast asleep. The chief and his assistants arrived at his workshop to discuss the design, only to find the door shut. Vikram had missed his moment, and the chief, frustrated and short on time, reassigned the task to another blacksmith, Moan. Moan was not as talented as Vikram, but he was reliable, always on time, and always prepared. When Vikram finally woke up and learned what had happened, a deep sense of regret filled his heart. He had not only missed a job opportunity, but had also let down the entire village and himself. Embarrassed and lost, Vikram turned to his grandfather, a wise and gentle man who had always guided him. "Grandfather," Vikram confessed, "I don't know why I struggle so much. I want to change, but I just can't seem to get out of bed." His grandfather smiled and said, "Waking up early isn't just about setting an alarm. It's about understanding why it matters. Let me tell you a story." He then spoke of two farmers, Raj and Sohan, who had the same land, tools, and weather, but only one difference. Raj woke up early, while Sohan slept in. The early riser completed his work before noon, had time to rest and thrived, with his crops being abundant and his life peaceful. In contrast, Sohan, who always woke up late, worked in the harshest sun, made mistakes, and struggled constantly. One year, a severe storm hit, and Raj, having harvested early, was able to save most of his crops, while Sohan, who had delayed, lost almost everything. Vikram's grandfather looked him in the eyes and said, "Waking up early isn't just about discipline, it's about giving yourself a head start. The world moves forward, whether you're ready or not." That night, Vikram made a decision. No more excuses, no more snooze buttons. He set his alarm for 5:30 a.m., and when it rang, he resisted the urge to hit the snooze button. His grandfather's story echoed in his mind, and he sat up, stretched, and stepped outside into the crisp morning air. The sky glowed with hues of orange and pink, and for the first time, Vikram felt truly awake, not just in body, but in spirit. He began a strict morning routine, going to bed early and avoiding late-night distractions, and he kept a journal to track his progress. It was challenging at first, but with each passing morning, it became easier. His days grew longer, his focus sharper, and his forge came alive with new energy. Soon, the villagers took notice, and orders began to pour in. Praise followed, and Vikram became known not only for his exceptional skill, but also for his reliability. When the next festival approached, the village chief returned, not just with the same task, but with an even greater one: to build an elaborate iron gate that would stand for generations. This time, Vikram was ready, and he finished the gate well before the deadline. It was his most breathtaking work yet, and word of his exceptional craftsmanship spread beyond the village. People from neighboring towns came to him, and his life was transformed because of one small yet powerful habit. One evening, Vikram sat beside his grandfather, filled with gratitude, and said, "I finally understand. Waking up early isn't just a habit, it's the key to controlling my life." His grandfather smiled and replied, "Remember, my child, the morning sun brings new opportunities. Those who wake early embrace success, while those who sleep in are always chasing it." From that day forward, Vikram never returned to his old ways. He became a legend in the village, an example passed down for generations, because waking up early was not just about the morning, it was about unlocking one's true potential. Now it is your turn to reflect on the impact of small changes in your life. Do you believe that a simple habit like waking up early can transform your life, or perhaps you have already made a shift that changed everything? Share your story, and if this tale has inspired you, consider joining us for more life-changing stories.